Hello and welcome, happy quantum time travelers. I wanted to check in for a special KRYST-ALL-MASS message. That's kind of what I've been getting. It's going to be a huge crystalline activation of the grids of the crystal core, collapsing the magnetic field of Earth temporarily, and it's not going to be catastrophic. So it's taking the old fully offline and the new online. Everything I'm sharing here today and always, please take what resonates and leave the rest. I always, this is my own understanding and perception of things. So take it as it resonates. And I just wanted to say, can you feel the shift that is happening today? It's swirling plasmas, interdimensional frequencies, golden liquid light. It's everything. The floodgates of heaven are wide open. This is it. This is full liberation. This is full freedom. This is ascension. And when I tuned into the field today, I cried 3 times, like not more, but just tears of joy. And for the last few days, for the ones who've been reading my messages, you've been seeing what I've been sharing of that, the grids are clearing fully. We have taken over. This is our victory. And yes, this doesn't just happen in one moment in time, although it does, but it's, the Solstice activation was so powerful, but then it also takes, 3 days to really integrate. And now we're out of that and it's coming fully online now, all that's available to us. And it's especially in connection to the DNA activation, 12 strand plus DNA activation of humanity. So, massive. What's going on? And I'm really trying to transfer the frequency of what I am feeling here. That's why I'm also sharing it in a video message, because some things, a lot of this is really beyond words and has to be felt. And I really invite you all to tune into the field right now, tune into these energies available, because what I'm seeing is there are constant solar flares going on since the 12-12 activation finished. And we should have a lot more geomagnetic storms really going on, but there is definitely a big wave coming. These are also plasmas. They help ionize the atmosphere. They help shift the elementals, they literally shift matter and carbon to crystalline. So all of the solar energy is helping our ascension. They also obviously purify a lot. So we're going for a huge release of all of these gremlins and negative energies and density and AI materials. In the grids, it's AI machinery, it's the psychotronic weapons, the scalar weapons, the mind control frequencies, and the net has gone down. Okay, I just want to say this. I didn't double check before the transmission when I said that I could see it have gone down. The thing is that it's not everything, obviously, that's keeping the mind control in place. There are many other things. And these are obviously, we're all in our own frequency bands and our own timelines, because frequency equals timeline. But also we have a lot of other factors that play a role. So, and I was already forgetting what I was talking about. And that's a lot of what's happening right now. And I've done this in other videos as well. Like you're, saying something and it's gone. There's a huge wipe of data happening, of the old false programming, artificial programming, all of that stuff on all levels, layers, and dimensions in our bodies. It's the parasites, it's the toxins, flu equals frequency light upgrade. It really is all, whenever our body is going through something, it has a high intelligence of healing itself. Seems like we have forgotten about this. So we are at the moment receiving a divine healing dispensation. For many months now, but it keeps amping up and accumulating and building up of, from source, a divine healing dispensation, healing all, which means that, yes, the organisms that have had too much damage in their bodies choose to go somewhere else. And, there's a lot that can be said about what is happening and where the consciousness is going. And I'm not going to go into this too much today because I want to keep this brief. But ultimately, this is a consciousness exploration and experience. And we need to lighten up, quite frankly. Because as I've also shared, joy is the ultimate expression of love. This is what brings ultimately heaven to earth, because we're here to anchor it into this physical vessel, which is happening right now. So we need to be grounded here, not flying off. We're bringing that here, or rather we're meeting in the middle, 7D, Gaia, new Gaia timeline, a new golden organic creatrix experience. No more timelines, even I'm going to drop that word. But ultimately what I want to say is that this is something we are embodying from within, and the embodiment now that's becoming available and that we need to be very present with is what brings the new realities online. The one reality, everything is merging, all of our existences, all the timelines, all the dimensions into one creatrix experience. So there's no more bleed through from unknown, unconscious timelines. It's all merging, but everything is this. So everything we do, say, think, feel, every 30 seconds of the day is this, not just when we're meditating, doing an activation or so forth. So when you're sitting there today on Christmas, whatever you're doing, whether you're on your own, you opted out, you're not part of the whole celebration anyway, or you're celebrating with family, try to make the best out of it in general, always. Transcend any judgments, transcend any resentment, because ultimately we are here to be the change. And through that embodiment, living and acting in integrity, this is how, first of all, our own blueprint heals, and as we heal ourselves, all heals. This is, where our power lies, not by trying to change others, which doesn't work. We should get this by now. So when you get frustrated with others, you get triggered or in judgment, take that advice and take it inward, because whatever you're seeing amiss there, you can still integrate further. Okay, be that change, insert into the reality what you want to see more of, because this is how this works. No matter how much more you're embodying that which you're seeing lack of in the other person or in the situation, system, whatever, all of this is this. Everything out there is showing you what still needs to be integrated within you to come to divine union with all, at one-ment with source, which is what Ascension is all about. Peeling away all the layers that you are not, all this conditioned, programmed self, and then returning to your true nature, which is at one-ment. But it's also self-realization, as well as knowing you are another aspect of me. But we are most of the time supposed to be the more conscious person. So if they're rejecting you for who you are and what you stand for, don't reject them for rejecting you. Don't judge them for them judging you. You're supposed to be the higher consciousness here and anchor new earth in that consciousness. And God or Christ consciousness is unity consciousness, is the 0 point field, is the Trinity, is divine union within. And that's what's available now. There's huge bliss coming online. Bliss is awakening. It's joy. It's love embodied. That's what I'm here to transmit. The keys and codes. Be the change. This happens from the inside out. That's how we project a new reality onto the field. Because we hold the DNA strips, like we activate them, because we are, the forerunners here. So, but ultimately, everyone is a part of this. So this is ultimately about the one consciousness. So whatever you are in judgment of or at war with, you're at war with within yourself. That's why you need to cultivate the peace you want to see in the world within. And this is really where all comes into alignment, and embodying the virtues, morals, and ethics you want to see in the world. That is what ultimately heals your template. That's what brings everything online, and this is where we're at. So I see solar flares non-stop, wowsies, since the 12/12. Geomagnetic storms, this together, taking down the geomagnetic field of the earth temporarily, which has been tampered with. Crystalline activation, bringing online the crystalline network within us, because the planetary body we all make up as one, as humanity. We all make up the planetary body, the planetary heart grid, the planetary mind, planetary soul. okay? But it's ultimately one consciousness, the cosmic, because this is a cosmic undertaking. This is way beyond the planet. But here is the core, the seed. It's like the permanent seed atom of creation within the creation. So that's what's going to be activated now. The human heart grid, bringing about a huge awakening, crystalline grid, and that also shifts the poles. So I'm going to show you now for a moment what I mean by that. So I'm going to just share the screen just to show you. So we know the yin-yang symbol, which actually is a representation of just polarity consciousness, not really the 0-point field, which is the Trinity wave, which is the new unity field current, energy current, which is a tri-wave. Okay, it's not a bi-wave, it's a tri-wave. So the Trinity, which is what the yang-yang symbol represents. It's an open loop energy system, okay, instead of a closed loop system. So this is kind of a representation of the old, distorted bipolar energy current of the old grid system, also within our own grids energy systems. And this is the new, where we are now activating the tri-wave, the open loop energy system, which is reconnecting us with source. When I talk about open God source backflow return, it's really a perpetual flow of energy constantly expanding and contracting and perpetuating. It's not self-consuming, which the old system has been based on, where we've been feeding into black hole systems and feeding our illusion to the negative entities, which we don't do no more. I wrote about this the other day. So the other one I wanted to show you is this, which let's see how the poles are shifting. So it's not just north-south shifts, north and the south shifting. It's also east and west, because this is the corrected staff and rod configurations also of our own Merkaba field, crystal star configurations. I mean, it's beyond that, but this is just to show you the right configurations. I'm going to share this underneath the post I'm going to do with this on my Facebook page, so you can look there if you want to see a copy of this. I'm going to share that there, okay? But this is basically what we're going to run in our own system, okay? And yeah, that's what we're running. The butterfly, it's literally a butterfly energy reconnection to our eternal God source flow, energetic vitality, where we are going to, instead of feeding into the black hole system. So that's how I see the pole shifting, which is going to happen. I believe again, this is our possibility ultimately. Any moment now, I feel through solar flares and the geomagnetic storm simultaneously collapsing the false magnetosphere. And also you need to imagine it's like we're looking at a false sky. When I talk about a false matrix, it's really an inserted or controlled hallucination that we're living in. So yes, we're always creating our own reality, but what it's also about is that this is a false inserted reality, okay, a holographic overlay. So it's like, think the Hunger Games, the movies, where it's like a dome with, I also say, hexagons that is going to come down to reveal the true sky and true reality, organic creatrix. So I believe this is what's happening. It's also connected to our DNA at the moment, activating huge multidimensional merge. I feel so grounded. I feel a huge merging. There is nothing even more to connect to. It's all here now. Okay. And if you're not feeling it yet, this is what is available. This is why I'm sharing this. Okay. So, and who knows, we even in 2021. Who knows that last night when you slept 10 years didn't happen and go by? Have you understood, like, the shift in time? I mean, it's just running away right now. So, you know, in March might as well be 300 years away. So this is happening now in no time. This is where you get multidimensional access. You need to drop the wheel of time and these constant cycles in order to transcend time, which is 3-4D. So do you want to go 5D and beyond? All merging within you now through your multidimensional self, your guardian self, ascended master self, oversoul avatar, all these levels. Crush your body. the antimatter, and God source level. This is what's happening right now. This is what's available. Call it in. What is natural to you? How would you call it in? Anything I've ever learned is ultimately come to me intuitively. Okay, of course we have here and there, you know, things that we follow, but then we adapt it to our own liking. Okay, there's not one right or wrong way here to do this. So that's the major lesson. So be the lighthouse, be the rainbow bridge from the old to the new earth. This is what we came for. Hold the vision, hold the frequency, be the frequency of New York, be the frequency of the change you want to see in the world. This is how we do this. This is what we came for. Okay, so this is the frequency of celebration. It's a frequency of this is done, because it really, really is. And this is now the finale. Okay, finale within the finale, huge crescendo. I think many of us can feel something huge that's about to happen. So yeah, and also the crystalline activation is what brings activates the true memories which are coming online so much right now, so many downloads, and it's really from within. But yes, the sun is helping, and this is coming in through the sun. We are the stargate, through the suns, through all the higher dimensions, merge it all within, through your sacred crystal heart. This is the key to the 7 higher heavens. This is the key to source. It's within your sacred crystal heart, your permanent seed atom in your thymus. Okay, activate this now. Esunayena sakara shakara na 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 se anata ke you anana yena tu aye anu hatana ye ani atu aye anu ah Esuntana yenahi ayuhu enasenatana ye Unatara yenakira tunata yanenasi ayenani tu So be the love that heals all now. Love yourself, because as you love yourself, you love all others. Love and respect yourself, and always be true to yourself. Be that change, be that frequency, be the one that changes all. One fully awakened, realized being can shift it all, and that's what we're doing here. All as one together, everybody playing their role. Ultimately, everything is perfect. Yes, there are levels of conspiracy for sure. And on the highest level, though, it's all conspiring for us to learn the lessons we needed to come here for. We came here for, to expand the consciousness of the one. So, graduation time, it's celebration time to celebrate in whichever way you feel guided to. This is the frequency. We raise the frequency by letting go of all that which is lowering our frequency. So if you're sad, if you have grief, whatever it is, it's all perfect. You can't get this wrong. Just feel whatever you're feeling, let it flow through you. Don't judge it. Nothing is wrong with you. Okay. You know what to do. You know, listen to your inner self, your inner guidance above all else. We all have our own timelines to write, but I invite you now to write the one true organic ascension, creatrix reality wave with me. This is now, this is here now. Merge, quantum jump with your true ascended self that is available now in no time. It is. It is done. Ina sekera shakara tanatara ina ura sekena ina tua e ananana sana ye akua te ane ye ina sura natara yake. And go beyond 12D, beyond 5D, beyond 12D, limitless, infinite, no more compartmentalization. All truths unified in one. No friction between the polarities. All dissolves now. Anchoring the 0 point field is the polarities unified as one within the Trinity. That is the neutrality, that is love. But it doesn't mean that we don't have an opinion. It just means that we don't have any resistance. Because if you want to leave 3D, you need to lose all your resistance through 3D and this experience and see it for the joke that it is, but also the divine experience and what a gift to learn the lessons we came here for, and we have all co-created this as one. This is what all of this is about. Remember again, we co-create this in every now moment with every word, thought, feeling, action, belief, which are belief systems, which are programs. Okay, we hold and embody, and the integrity unlocks all this. So walk your talk now, be the change in every moment. You can change everything. And it's that one action, that one belief, that one good deed, that one post, that one conversation, that one hug that shifts everything forever. That's what I live for. Okay, so be the change, make it happen. It's already done, but we also make it happen. And there's a lot coming in right now. So be prepared for one mighty heart expansion and have your third eye blown wide open, new earth colors, auroras. That's what I'm seeing. So dream with me if you like. That's how we manifest this. Be the frequency. Whatever is going on, just let it move through you. Everything is perfect. You can't get this wrong, okay? All right. Oh, one more thing. Cognitive dissonance. If we have a problem with other people and their cognitive dissonance, it's ultimately us being angry with our own unconscious self, with our old cognitive dissonant self. So again, see yourself in others. How do you want to be spoken to? Look within, where you're still not seeing yourself, the truth, where you're still not true to yourself. Because this is the key. Love it all up, because that dissolves all our realities truly, but it's all a balance. Okay, ultimately that's all about balance, the balance of the polarities within, masculine, feminine, divine union, birthing the divine child now, enjoy. Unlocks the gates of heaven, the joys, the love expressed between all of you. Love yourself. This is what it's all about. Okay, we're all perfectly imperfect. We always have room for expansion, always, but let it be enough. We need to be enough. Treat yourself, spoil yourself. If you're always constantly giving to others, if you're constantly taking, spoil the others, you know, bring the balance into the field, be the change. So yeah, and quantum jump, make it happen. There was one thing I wanted to say. Yeah. From the gene keys, gene key 58. When consciousness comes, it comes into you like a flood, wiping you clean in less than a microsecond. And this is the only time change has ever happened, in the blink of an eye. And we've worked for this point in moment, in frequency, space-time, for millions and billions of years. And I felt this week, like really like letting go of the PTSD of all of these wars, ultimately one within. And I invite you to tune into this frequency and this energy. And I wanted to thank so much. It's 2144, 2144, where I am. Anyway, I wanted to just invite you to thank you for everyone who supported me with likes, comments, shares, you know, helped me get my transmissions across, because obviously there's been a lot of interference with many of us. It's been hard, you know, keeping going for years doing this, and, you know, we all know this. So thank you for keeping on going, supporting me, supporting others like me, supporting each other, being a change, being the unity consciousness. Stop seeing the others as enemies. We need to bring the higher consciousness and be that change and focus on the good things in one another instead of the weaknesses. But also, you know, if somebody did wrong, you need to tell them, but not from a place of how could you do this to me, but like, hey, this makes me feel like this not good, and this is my boundary. Okay, so we are here to make the change, and thank you so much for the ones who've donated to me, because that's what I've been existing on since the end of September. So thank you so much for all your support and helping me make my part happen, and understanding the value I bring with the activations and the sharings of all I share. So thank you so much for all of that, and for not giving up and being here now and keep holding the vision and the frequency. And now we are making this happen. Okay, so I love you so much. Thank you so much. Infinite love. Always. Beyond words, beyond time, beyond all illusions. That is off now. Along with the fear matrix. Asana yena kena sarata yena tarata. So it is done. So much love. Bye.